I get it. It's the Spurs, a team trying to get the number 1 overall pick. It's pretty obvious. But Steve Clifford showed me something. He showed the rest of the world that he's willing to do whatever it takes to try to get a win, try to get a W. James Borrego last season was anti-player coach. If James Borrego coached this team, Nick Richards wouldn't even play serious minutes. Steve Clifford knows this roster is trash and is trying to rectify what's left. This is going to be an intriguing season, and I can't wait for LaMelo to be in his offense, and I'll chime in.
Coach, it's good to be back with you, and it's good to have basketball. This is now your 9th year in the NBA as a head coach. Does it ever get old? You still get butterflies, that kind of stuff?
Oh, definitely. You get excited and anxious to see, where we're at and how much progress we've made. So it's, kind of the grind starts tonight, but it's always fun the first night.
Okay, if the team is playing the way you want it to play, what's it going to look like in the coming weeks?
Up-tempo, inside-out, unselfish offense, hard to play against defensively, and good on both glasses.
Okay, you said up-tempo. Last year, the Hornets were 6th in pace. Is that something that would possibly be duplicated?
Well, that's what we wanted to shoot for. I mean, this team, the roster was built to run. That's the strength of the guys in the locker room, and that's what we've been trying to do in training camp.
It's going to be fun to see Terry Rozier. What are your thoughts on Terry now working with him hands-on for the first time?
Been great. I think he's had a good camp, a really good camp. And, he's the one guy that's been healthy for the whole time since we've been together. So he's shown great leadership. I think he had a great summer. I think his game is already getting into rhythm, and I look for him to have a really good year.
Awesome stuff. And I want to ask you about Gordon Hayward. Your first time being with him night in and night out. Where is he at physically, and what can we expect out of him?
He, too, had a great summer. I think that he's in a good place mentally. He had, a setback, which hurt him a little bit in training camp, but he's worked hard. I think he's in a very good place, and I look for him to get off to a good start.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sure is.
All right, Steve Clifford for the first time.
That was refreshing to hear. Now, I'm going to be very honest. I wasn't 100% sold on Steve Clifford. I'm going to let that be known. But I did, not only me, but Coach Joe and many others. The Pope B. Frank, shout out to the Pope, have pointed out that we're going to give this coach a chance to see what it looks like. Because I think he deserves that right. But both things can be true. Michael Jordan and Mitch Kupchak hired him so they could tell him what to do. Now, as a coach, Steve Clifford looks like someone that just wants to coach, and he would do anything asked of him by management, and it wouldn't bother him. That's why he was hired. And plus, they missed out on Kenny Atkinson, who resigned in a short notice to be remain an assistant to the Warriors. So it was a match made in heaven for both Steve Clifford and Michael Jordan and company. But if this was JB coaching this team, and that's why I called Steve Clifford JB 2.0, so a better version of JB, one that understands the players on his team. You even seen LaMelo smiling. He was smiling throughout the game. Again, this is the Spurs, a team that's trash. They're they're the worst team in the NBA by far, based off talent. The whole starting five would not start for anybody. Now, some would be viable backup players. I'll give them that, but it was not a good team. And really, the Hornets should have won by more. But I did like what I saw. I saw Nick Richards getting involved. Like I pointed out, he was getting rebounds. Anybody better than Plumlee, who we all know is a scrub. No offense Just keeping it real. And that's not reliable. He wouldn't start on most teams. That's the truth. And then you have Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier scored 24 points, but we all know this. When Terry Rozier plays a weak team, he's going to get his stats. He's going to get a shot. And when the shots are going, you know that he's in a good mood. When Terry Rozier's shots are not going, bad body language, not playing defense, and this is not anything I made up. This is, you can look at the scouting reports. You can look at anyone mentioning it. And Gordon Hayward, same thing with him. When things are going good for him, he looks like a respectable player in the league. When it's not, it's very tough. I know Book Knight played, but he had that situation he's dealing with. I'm praying for the brother. I don't like to kick a brother when they're down. I hope that everything is okay. Kelly Oubre contributed. PJ Washington had a really good 17.7 rebounds. Again, the Hornets did what they should do, but they were running and they got to the glass. Now, I don't know what their win percentage is going to be because this Eastern Conference is a juggernaut. But as long as Steve Clifford allow LaMelo and company, really LaMelo because he's the face of this team, get his touches and his minutes, you won't hear a complaint from anybody. It's funny, Shines would say LaMelo fans complain too much, but I've seen LaMelo fans give this coach and the coaching staff some credit. See, they understand bullshit and what's not bullshit. And what they see in Steve Clifford is a real coach. Now, we're not saying he's elite or anything like that, but if LaMelo had Steve Clifford his rookie year, can you imagine the points, the minutes he would have had? Dennis Smith Jr. Didn't I tell you about Dennis Smith Jr.? He shot 5 for 7 field goals, 12 points, great defender. He's going to get minutes. And he's going to take some people's minutes, not name LaMelo Ball, of course. But so far, so good for Steve Clifford. My advice for the brother, don't switch it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Utilize the best players on this team and let the young guys cook. And by the way, did you see Jalen Duren? Yes, another one where the Charlotte Hornets shouldn't have traded. But that's another video for a different day. This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And before I go, I want to say, everyone, y'all have a blessed day. Be positive. Negativity will not take you anywhere in life. Trust me. And I'm out.